16+1 meeting. After that, Li will take part in a joint press conference with the Croatian Prime Minister and the Prime Minister of the host country of the next leaders' meeting. The 16+1 mechanism was created by China and Central and Eastern European countries in 2012. And to bring you the very latest, our correspondent Aljosa Milankovic is standing by for us in Dubrovnik. Aljosa, the highlight of the day, of course, that business forum and, of course, meetings between the Chinese premier and other CEE countries' leaders. Tell us more.
Yes, of course, Joshi. It is 8th meeting, 16+1 meeting here, and of course it is a very busy day today for Premier Li Keqiang after attending the beginning of the business forum, which was happening just a few kilometers away from here. Right now, Premier Li Keqiang is at the plenary session of 16+1 meeting, 16+1 summit, which is actually happening just a few meters away from here in another room. Right here, I am at the press conference room, where in about 2 hours from now, Premier Li Keqiang will address journalists together with the Croatian Prime Minister Andrej Plenković. It will be right behind me, and of course it is expected that a number of agreements will be also signed at the table right there between 16 countries and of course China. There is interesting news, interesting report from Financial Times today. They are saying that Alexis Tsipras, the Prime Minister of Greece, requested 1 month ago that Greece could join or should join and would like to join the 16+1 format. That's why we are expecting to see Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras here in Dubrovnik. Also at the business forum, which actually started a couple of hours ago, Premier Li Keqiang addressed businessmen there, and he said that all these countries need to construct more bridges among them, and that's something that he also said, and he also stated to the people in Brussels when he met the EU officials. So everybody needs more trade, everybody needs more business, and it is beneficial for everybody. That's why he made that parallel with Pelješac Bridge, which is constructed by the Chinese CRBC just maybe 70 kilometers away from here. So anyway, very busy day. It is last day for Premier Li Keqiang's visit here to Croatia, and it will be a very busy and many are saying very fruitful day for both China and remaining 16 countries of Central and Eastern Europe.
Building bridges not only in its physical form, but also a great metaphor in the development of the relations between China and the CEE countries. Aljosa, what does this year's 16+1 Business Forum plan to achieve?
Well, in the beginning, as you said, in 2012, when 16+1 format was created, the original goal was to bring together all those countries and to open doors for mutual trade between China and those countries. China pledged in the beginning to invest around $10 billion in those 16 countries. So far, China invested $15.7 billion in those countries, and of course China didn't cap any amount of money, saying, okay, we are going to invest so much money and that's it. No, China is interested in opening more doors here, more businesses. China is interested in more infrastructure projects, and what Croatian media are saying is that apparently some agreements are reached between local government here in Croatia with some of the Chinese enterprises to construct 2 major stadiums here in Croatia, and that's something that is very interesting, considering that Croatia is they are world runner-up in football championship in 2018. So anyway, a business forum and of course the 16+1 meeting are aiming in achieving more bilateral trade between those countries and China, and also to even open mutual doors for mutual trade as well. So of course that business forum is going to end today after this 16+1 meeting, which is political part of the meeting, and we will hear in about a few hours from now what were the main achievements of that 16+1 business forum.
Our Aljosa Milankovic in Dubrovnik for us. Aljosa, thank you. And let's stay right in Dubrovnik, Croatia, where this year's 16+1 meeting is taking place, and leaders are taking photos together before the actual sessions there, as you can see in those live pictures coming out of Dubrovnik. 16+1 means 16 Central and Eastern European countries, plus China. As you can see, Chinese Premier Li Keqiang there. The CEEC region matters to China's international interests as Central and Eastern Europe is the interface for China's Belt and Road Initiative to interact with Europe. We'll keep you updated on all the latest developments there coming up on The World Today. And earlier, Premier Li Keqiang held separate meetings with several Central and Eastern European leaders. He and the Bulgarian Prime Minister discussed how to work closer in infrastructure, agriculture and technology under the 16+1 framework between China and countries in Central and Eastern Europe. Li also met with the Serbian Prime Minister. They focused on how to enhance collaboration in areas like infrastructure, trade and cultural exchanges. Li said China encourages investment in Serbia. Li Keqiang also met with the Slovenian Prime Minister. They discussed ways to link China's Belt and Road Initiative with Slovenia's own development strategies. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi also attended the meetings. Premier Li has also met with the Czech, Slovak, and Albanian Prime Ministers. And this year marks the 70th anniversary of diplomatic ties between China and the three countries. Li Keqiang said China wants to promote friendship and boost bilateral cooperation in sectors ranging from trade to cultural exchanges. His Czech counterpart, Andrej Babiš, said the Czech Republic will continue to work with China under the 16+1 cooperation framework, especially in energy and infrastructure. The Slovak Prime Minister, Peter Pellegrini, said his country welcomes Chinese investment and will provide a better business environment. Albanian Prime Minister Edi Rama said he hoped to see more agricultural exports to China.